What it do, Laker Nation? You're watching the Lakers Report by Chat Sports. Chase Senior here with you. Haven't been able to interact with you all for a little while, so it's great to be able to chop it up, and a lot to discuss on the show. According to reports, Lakers expected to pursue some really big-name notable free agents in the summer of 2023. Really shouldn't come as news to anybody because this organization and this franchise always goes big fish hunting. As for those potential Lakers targets, and let me keep in mind also that the 2023 free agency class expected to be very, very stacked. But according to that report and reports out there, Lakers could show interest in a Kyrie Irving, an Andrew Wiggins, a Jerami Grant, and a Myles Turner. Coming up, why these players may or may not work, what they could bring to the table. First, though, this is why you subscribe to the channel. If you want interactive, informative, consistent analysis, we have you covered. Hit that red subscribe button down below. We are on the march to 50,000 subs as one of the biggest Lakers channels out there. Now, we're going to continue to talk about Kyrie Irving because he wanted to play with LeBron James. LeBron James wanted to play with Kyrie Irving, exercise that one-year player option, and once again, set to be a free agent. And he's one of the more talented players of his generation, but the big question always looms. Can Kyrie be relied upon every single night? And usually, that's not the case. You look at his unreliability over the last couple of years. 2019-20, missed 52 games. 2 years ago, 18. Last year, 53 games. He had admitted that he gave up about $100 million to not be vaccinated, and that's why he missed a lot of games last year. Now, a lot of it wasn't because he was injured. So that's good news because he's often been injury-prone throughout his career. This is also somewhat appealing, not just because of the player that Kyrie Irving is, but the player that he was and how the tandemship of him and LeBron James worked when they were with the Cleveland Cavaliers and won that championship, coming back from 3-1 against the Golden State Warriors after LeBron got hit in the nuts by Draymond Green. Kyrie Irving was fantastic. 22 points per game while with LeBron, more than 5 dimes, shot 46.5% from the floor. By far, these numbers, some of the best of his career. 3-point percentage, nearly 39%. Baffling to me why he didn't want to be the sidekick to LeBron. That's a partnership that, if it would have continued, they could have done even more special things in Cleveland together. But we know that Kyrie wanted to be the guy. He goes to Boston and wasn't the guy, and he's never really been the guy with the Brooklyn Nets. I'm not sure, and I don't think that he's a number one for a title contending team. I do think, though, he is a very good and one of the best number 2 options on a championship level team. So if the interest is once again renewed between Kyrie and the Lakers, you think Los Angeles should pursue him? Want to hear from you in the comment section. Show off that basketball intellect. Why for yes and for no. For a long while, outside of LeBron too, the Lakers have been bereft of a good wing, especially a two-way wing. And that's what Andrew Wiggins is. He's one of the better two-way players in the NBA. You can say whatever you want about Andrew Wiggins. This guy is a very good, multifaceted player. Now, is he ever going to be that number 1 overall pick? Probably not, but you saw him realize his potential with the Warriors last year, and honestly, in the NBA playoffs, on the Dubs, he was the second best player behind the NBA Finals MVP in Steph Curry. Now, if you look at the points per game, rebounds per game, you're doing yourself a disservice, and it's somewhat of a lazy approach. If you watch the games, though, Andrew Wiggins was so valuable with what the Warriors asked of him. Hit some timely threes, rebounded the basketball really well. Defensively, though, as LeBron James gets a little bit older, you want that defensive juggernaut on your team, and that's what Wiggins was against Jason Tatum, who set the record for the most giveaways throughout the NBA playoffs, and a lot of them did come in the NBA Finals. By the way, Andrew Wiggins last year, he also made it to his first All-Star game, and he might be, because of his age, because of the two-way ability, because of the fact that he still might be in his prime and can become better, the most sought-after free agency in the 2023 class. He's going to make a lot of money, and can the Warriors afford him? There's a realistic scenario in which they can't. Why is that? They have to pay a lot of players. Klay Thompson, Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green. You got James Wiseman, Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody coming up in the future as well. And the Warriors already in these historic luxury tax thresholds, they might not be able to hold on to all three of these players. So Andrew Wiggins might hit free agency if that dollar sign is way too fat. What do you think, though, Laker Nation? You want to see him with Laker Nation? S for sign, P for pass. Let me know right now in the comment section and get those votes in. As for our deal for today, we got you covered because we always got you covered. This Lakers hoodie here with fall officially here. Temperatures starting to dip a lot all across the country, 25% off. No matter where you are, you can rock this hoodie all year round. Chatsports.com/Laker hoodie. It's really fresh, awesome material, and you get to support your squad. We'll put that link in the comment section and the description of this video. Now we pivot and shift gears to Jerami Grant, who is now with the Portland Trail Blazers, was previously with the Detroit Pistons. Not talked about much, but is a good all-around player and a pretty good scorer. I mean, last year with Detroit, very, very solid. 19 points per game. It's really his length and his defense. The year before that, he averaged 22 points per game, so that's why we had that note there of him being slept on in NBA circles. Now, do you want him being a number 2 on a title team? Hell nah. At least in terms of my opinion, as a number 3, number 4 guy who has that switchability on defense, length, athleticism, who you know is going to continue to work on his craft because coming out of Syracuse, he was so raw. I like players with that type of identity and that type of, culture aspect to them. And he can play a little small ball 5. He can play 4. He can play the wing. He can ball handle. He can play off ball. Jerami Grant is a player who can bring versatility to your roster on both ends of the floor. That's why he has that value there. Now, if you want to chop it up, talk basketball, talk NFL, talk college football, talk Lakers, whatever, I cover it all here at Chat Sports, then hit me up. I'm on Twitter and IG at Chase_Senior. Same handle on both social media platforms. Looking forward to hearing from all of you. To Myles Turner now. So there was a report that came out on Tuesday that there's a wide belief that his tenure in Indy is coming to a close, and that's pretty interesting because training camp is here, preseason about to get underway, regular season not far off in the distance. So is Myles Turner going to be a part of Indy's plans if they plan on moving on from him, and is he going to report and be with the team for the long haul, right, if they don't want him? Instead, I think the play here, trade Myles Turner. This is a player who's really good, who's led the NBA in block shots the last couple of years, and Indy has clearly hit that reset button, and they don't have plans for Myles Turner in the future as he, gets closer and closer to wanting a new contract. And I just want to see Turner elsewhere on a quality team because I think he could be a quality piece on a playoff level team where I think his ability and his talents will be maximized. Last year, that season cut short because of that kind of wrist hand injury, 13 points per game, 7 rebounds. Again, led the NBA in block shots back-to-back years, can also hit the 3. And has a similar profile to Anthony Davis in terms of his height. He is not the athlete of Anthony Davis and not the offensive or defensive player that Anthony Davis is, but they could play together. And of course, AD, he always complains about playing the 5. He could just play the 4 if you bring in Myles Turner at that point. So among these players who we talked about on the show today, who are you taking among Kyrie, Jerami Grant, Andrew Wiggins, and Myles Turner? All pretty good options. All, I think, benefit and make this team better. Let us know once more in the comment section. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe. Trying to get to 50,000 subs as soon as possible. We appreciate all the love. We appreciate all the support, and we'll appreciate even more support that comes in on the most interactive and informative Lakers channel out there. It's youtube.com/LakersTV. If you like ball, if you like the Lakers, this is the spot for you.